What's up, guys, and welcome back to another Mentally Gone Reacts video episode. My name is Callie Lacerda,
And I'm Gabriella Lopes.
and today, as you probably can tell by now, by the title and by the thumbnail, we are reacting to
Kung Fu Panda.
Kung Fu fighting. I have a history with karate. As a kid, I grew up doing karate. My mom put me in karate, and fun fact, she removed me from practicing karate because I started wanting to be violent and I just got in this violent mindset where I wanted to beat up every single person,
Yeah.
including her.
Which is not the lessons of
Yeah.
karate.
Yeah, so imagine a 6-year-old kid, gets home from school and drops his book bag and immediately puts on his karate robes and just starts going at it at his mom,
Yeah. It's
So
supposed to teach discipline.
Discipline, yeah. But I just wanted to beat my mom up. So she removed me from that. But at that time, that song was all I would listen to, and I would actually practice in the living room while playing that song on repeat.
Everybody loves Kung Fu
Yeah.
fighting.
And it was and I did karate at Tiger Schulman. I still remember to this day the name, and I think that in their commercials they use that song.
And you never got up to a black belt.
No. I got up to striped white belt with stripes, like tape, like black tape at that. They just tape it
Oh,
at the end of it.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never done karate. I've never done kung fu. Never done
Kung Fu is cool.
kung fu like the Matrix.
Yeah,
Kung
yeah.
fu.
It's like,
I am kung fu.
and then they just do the, it's cool.
Yeah. But I have watched. So I've never watched this movie.
Hmm.
I know, like, shoot me down.
Yeah, me neither, by the way, because when this movie came out, I think I was doing like really bad in school, and then I remember that my cousins who are older than me, they were going to watch it in the movie theaters, and my mom did not let me go
Damn.
because I was like in the worst state of mind. Like I was doing horrible in school, and then I just remember vividly because then Kung Fu Panda 2 I think came out, right? There's like a second one, and then my cousins went to that one too, and then they invited me. I didn't go. I just couldn't go.
Yeah,
Never saw it.
there's just a lot of movies that I don't think my parents like took us to the theaters to watch and stuff, and I've just never seen this, but I know that it's like Jack Black
Yeah.
voicing it. But what I was going to say is that I did watch the series growing up, the one on Nickelodeon, which came out later, I think. I don't know if it came out later.
I didn't even know that they had a series.
The Legends of Awesomeness. So I know, like, well, at least in that one, I don't know if the name is the same, but his name is Poe, and he loves, like, sticky dumplings. And it's, like, very, like, cutesy, fun, but entertaining. And I used to watch like a few episodes. I'm not even gonna lie. Like if it was on, I would watch it.
All I know is that it's Jack Black, right?
I think it's Jack
Black
Black,
is the panda.
main character. Yeah.
Yeah. And I know that it's Jack Black. I think that this is one of his most iconic roles, which is crazy because it's an animation role. This one, along with Kid Rock or School of Rock or something like that.
Oh yeah,
right?
School of Rock. I
Nacho
think.
Libre
Yeah.
is another one. So we're just like trying to experience actors' magnum opus type of thing, right?
Yeah.
So we experienced Tom Hanks' magnum opus, which was Forrest Gump. We experienced Keanu Reeves' magnum opus, and like you can argue that he has multiple.
Yeah, The
he has-
Matrix and John Wick.
Right. And then now we have Jack Black. So this is our first Jack Black universe, multiverse of madness,
Yeah, I'm excited for this one because I find the concept of it so cool. I do also remember like McDonald's when they had the Happy Meal toys and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I know that I don't know if it was the second or third movie even because I think there is a third movie, but we went to McDonald's once and then one of the toys was like a cricket or a grasshopper. I think it's a grasshopper. I said cricket, but I think it's like a grasshopper. And I think that that's a character in this because in the show there's a grasshopper too. I forget the name, if it's like Mantis or something like that.
And whatever happened to Happy Meal toys? Like back in the day, they had the best toys, like the best selection of toys. And then even nowadays, like with the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 that came out, McDonald's put out a few Happy Meal toys, and I was looking at them like on TikTok. I think I saw a video of someone collecting them. It's so mundane. It's so like clearly just made as like an afterthought. As but then before, like back in the day, like these movies would come out. There was a video game for it. There was Happy Meals. There was like a whole collection of toys, and the whole marketing scheme was way
Yeah.
more pristine, you know.
Yeah, now
And
it's
I just wish that they brought that back, you know.
it's like an afterthought now for sure.
Yeah, but anyways, so just before we could jump in, I just want to let everybody know that we started a Patreon page. It's brand spanking new. We are new to Patreon. I just want to clarify that. We are new to all of this, obviously, and we are trying our absolute best to figure it all out, and just make it work. And so we started the Patreon page. We are posting every single movie reaction that you guys have seen on this channel is posted on the Patreon channel in an uncut long form format where you can follow along with the timestamp. There will be a timestamp provided so that you can link or sync up your copy of the movie. And we trying, and again, this might not work, but we try to leave a little bit of the movie, like as much as we can because of copyright reasons, but we try to like leave it like, you know, it's barely visible, but it's there. And I think it's good enough, you know. And I'm like breathing heavy because I drink coffee and I also get nervous doing these, believe it or not, because I care about it a lot. What else do we have to say?
But yeah, we have two new patrons or
Oh, yeah.
patrons.
Patrons.
Patrons, like the liquor.
Patrons, yeah. So special shout out to
Brian Miles.
Brian Miles and our first ever patron who signed up on May 19th, 2023. We're going to look back at this video in like 5 years
Yeah.
from now. Eric J. Watkins.
Yeah, and he also sent us a long message.
He sent us a list of recommended movies to watch.
Yeah, and so that's what I was going to say is if you guys sign up for our Patreon, feel free to send us messages already because I had already responded to Eric the same day
Yeah.
that he messaged us. And same with whoever else sends us messages. Like, we're going to have conversations.
Mhm.
We're going to take your suggestions. We're going to do exclusive content on Patreon.
Right.
So he made us a list of movies to react to that we're
Right.
going to do exclusively on
Exactly.
Patreon.
Exactly.
So yeah, and
Yeah.
and a lot of them were movies that he said he hasn't seen on any reaction channel.
Right.
And so it's going to be movies that, you know, a lot of reaction channels do the big movies, which is what we've been doing too with John Wick and whatever else. Like these movies that are huge that we haven't watched that everyone wants to see reactions to. But there's also the underrated movies that people also want to see reactions to.
Yeah. The underground niche.
Yeah,
specific
that
ones, yeah.
because the whole point is that we watch like everything that we haven't watched. Like there's so many movies out there that we don't
Yeah.
want to give all the attention to like the big box
AAA titles.
Yeah, like we want to watch everything, cool stuff, whatever you guys think is cool. We'll make time to do it, and then
Yeah.
it'll go on our Patreon.
And again, like we're spanking new to everything, but what we do want to do on Patreon is exactly what she said is post like exclusive watch throughs that will live exclusively on Patreon, and so you won't find these videos on YouTube. So that's like one of the perks, I guess, and it's a way that you guys can support us directly. Like it's the most direct form of support. It's like if you like what we do and you want to help us grow and grow the community, then the best way to do it is just by joining our Patreon and just helping us build this community. Obviously, we can't build it alone. Like everybody has to chip in, you know? Yeah.
And also, you know, keep us afloat.
Yeah,
We're
keep us
full-time creators.
Spare change, sir.
Yeah,
Spare change, please.
We do be struggling sometimes.
Yeah.
But anyways,
So just so we can jump into it, this was a roughly 10-minute intro, but I think it's important to like clarify everything. I also have a notepad this time because I've alluded in the past reaction videos that I wish I had one handy. That way I can jot down thoughts that I have so that I don't forget, so that at the end of the movie... Ooh, sorry, guys. I drank 2 cups of coffee, and I'm just, like, burping a storm right now. It just, like, comes back up as I'm talking.
Really?
Yeah, because
Oh,
I gotta
shoot.
get alert, you know?
Yeah.
It's Sunday today, right?
Sunday.
Yeah, today's Sunday.
Yeah,
so,
he doesn't even know the day of the week.
yeah, just the caffeine is like making me, see things. But yeah, so I'll be jotting down things that I catch as I'm watching, and then at the end, obviously, we'll do like a full review of our, impressions and thoughts. So let's just jump right into it, right?
Yeah, let's go.
Without any
Kung Fu.
more further ado.
Without any further ado.
Yeah, I always say that expression wrong.
Yeah.
It's without any further ado.
No, I think it's without further ado. There is no any, but you always say without any further ado, and it's wrong.
Doo-doo.
It's just without further ado.
Doo-doo. Without any further ado.
I'm here to
Glasses.
school him on the American English slang,
Glasses on.
Yeah, I don't have glasses.
All right, I'm going to keep this open and ready. All right, guys, let's just jump right into it. What the hype is
Whoa,
about.
it's starting already?
I suppose. Got some running.
That's so cool.
Oh, that's the DreamWorks kid, right?
Yeah,
The animation.
But they did like a character.
That's cool because you rarely see a custom DreamWorks animation for a film.
Yeah.
Rarely see that.
That must mean this movie's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, they paid a lot of money for that little custom thing.
The warrior said nothing, for his mouth was full.
Then he swallowed.
That's
And
what
then
she
he
said.
spoke.
Enough talk. Let's fight.
Oh, he just did a Kamehameha, you saw?
Yeah.
They were no match for his bodacity.
Look at that. With 1 foot. Damn.
Look at this.
Taking on a whole army of
Tigers and
leopards or whatever those are.
No, those look like crocodiles.
Yeah.
Even the most heroic heroes in all of China, the Furious Five, bowed in respect to this great
Oh
master.
shoot.
Furious 5. Huh.
When you're facing the 10,000 demons of Demon Mountain, there's only one thing that matters, and that's...
Get up! You'll be late for work!
Oh, he was daydreaming. Or dreaming, right?
He wants to be a part of that group that he
Group.
was saying. If it's real, who
Yeah.
knows?
Oh, yeah, it is like, it's 5. Oh, so they're basically like the Avengers, Like this was the Avengers before the Avengers were the Avengers.
Happy day! My son finally having the noodle dream! You don't know how long I've been waiting for this moment.
His dad wants him to, like, inherit the business.
Yeah.
Crane, height, Piper, subtlety. Mantis.
Master Shifu.
What? It's Master Oogway. He wants to see you.
So he's the master of the Furious 5. Is it Furious 5 it's called?
Yeah, I think so.
Master Oogway,
This is
you
his
summoned me.
master.
Is something wrong?
What is that?
It's like a turtle.
Oh, it's a turtle shell.
To want to see my old friend.
He's gonna blow out all the candles?
Turtle's so slow.
I have had a vision. Tai Lung will return.
Oh shoot.
Fly to Chaw Gum Prison and tell them to double the guards. Tai Lung does not leave that prison.
Yes, Master Shifu.
One often meets his destiny on the road he takes to avoid it.
Wow, that just gave me chills.
Your mind is like this water, my friend. When it is agitated, it becomes difficult to see. If you allow it to settle, the answer becomes clear.
Wow. Oh my god, I wasn't expecting this wisdom,
Dad, I was kind of thinking maybe I
Yeah?
He doesn't want
could
to
also
disappoint you.
sell the bean buns.
That's my boy! I
Uh.
told you that dream was a sign.
He doesn't want to disappoint his dad.
Yeah, he doesn't want to let him down.
Chinese culture is super interesting to me. Like Eastern culture in general, always amazes me.
He has to lift it.
Yeah.
Sorry, Poe. We'll bring you back a souvenir.
No. Just ditch it, dude. Just go.
I know. I hope he does.
Are your students ready?
Yes, Master Oogway.
Whomever I choose will not only bring peace to the valley, but also to you.
So his Furious 5 are gonna try out to be the Dragon Warrior.
Oh, so okay.
Hey! Open the door!
No one hears it.
The Furious 5.
Tigress, viper, monkey, crane, and mantis.
Yeah. Oh, he fell all the way back down? Oh, okay. He's clumsy and he kind of reminds me of you. A little bit.
You have not seen anything yet. I know!
Oh, come on, dude. Ooh, I see what he's going to do here. You saw all those fireworks?
Yeah, dynamite.
I sense the dragon warrior is among us.
Everybody's competing. I'm like, well, I hope it's me.
Here we go.
Look at the master just like slowly walking, like doing a ceremonial dance.
They all think it's gonna be them, but I predict that he'll pick.
Yeah.
You know, because how else is he gonna fit into this movie?
You finally had the noodle dream! I love Kung Fu!
That's me on the toilet every day. Oh no. Ah, he's gonna kill the master. Oh, I thought he was gonna kill the turtle. I honestly thought that he was gonna just fall on the turtle.
He probably killed them all, imagine.
Yeah.
What are you pointing? I just wanted to see who the Dragon Warrior was.
You?
Yeah, that was kind of predictable.
The dragon warrior!
What?
What?
Wow, just like that. That's crazy.
It's just sensing, you know?
Yeah, it's energy. I'm just saying duck because duck is a very popular dish in Chinese culture.
Really?
They eat duck a lot, yeah.
If the panda has not quit by morning, then I will have failed you.
Oh, he's not happy. It's not one of his students.
Yeah. Which is interesting because he's a master, but his ego just got bruised.
Right.
And you're supposed to be egoless as a master, you know?
I bring a message from Master Shifu.
Double the guard? Extra precautions? Your prison may not be adequate?
Oh, it's a prison. Okay.
Impressive, isn't it?
It's very impressive. It's very impressive.
Way in.
Imagine, like, all of these rhinoceroses.
Yeah. One prisoner, all that for what's his name? Tai Long? It's crazy. One prisoner, all this.
And he's not going to be there, probably.
Yeah.
I'm good. I've
Kitty.
seen enough.
It's like a jaguar or something.
Nothing to worry about.
No, he doesn't.
Okay, I'll tell him. Can we please go now?
Oh, no.
Yeah, stepping on someone's tail like that is definitely a no-no.
Yeah.
Even if you're, even if the person's a bad person, you don't do that.
Oh, look.
Ooh, those eyes are crazy. Look at that.
Oh, an unlocking device right there.
You're right, probably.
Use the end of the feather.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Master Flying Rhino's armor with authentic battle damage. Said
Yeah.
to be so sharp you can cut yourself just by looking. Ow! The invisible trident of destiny.
Where is it?
That's John Cena's weapon.
Said to contain the souls of the entire Tenshu army.
Uh-oh, no, don't pick it up.
Don't touch it, dude.
How do you get 5? Master Shifu.
Oh, no. Oh, my God.
But I'm gonna fix it. I'll. Do you have some glue?
So what?
They're like, oh.
Yeah, so does that, like, unleash, like, a curse?
Oh, then you must know what happens when I flex my pinky.
No.
You know the hardest part of this? The hardest part is cleaning up afterwards.
Okay.
Implying that he's gonna poop himself.
We're clear. We're so clear.
I can't wait to get started.
So that's their training dojo.
Whoa.
It's really cool fighting animations, you know?
Yeah.
Like, really impressive.
Oh,
Interesting.
shoot.
Ooh.
He didn't even start yet. He's already getting hurt.
Come at you, snickety snake.
Would you hit it? A little harder.
How's that?
Wow, tooth.
Oh, shoot. No way. Oh, I thought he was gonna dodge everything miraculously.
Yeah, me too. Oh no. Anybody in the mood for some panda from some cooked
Yeah.
How did I do?
There is now a level 0.
I just like how in these cartoons, like things that would kill you in real life, they just brush it off, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Mighty, the dragon warrior, fell out of the sky on a ball of fire.
When he walks, the very ground shakes.
That's Seth Rogen.
It is his laugh, you saw?
Or could at least touch his toes.
Or even see his toes.
That's Jackie Chan's voice.
What? Which one?
I just read oh my god, I literally got full body chills right now. When I saw the monkey doing the kick through the loop thing, I said like, oh, like that's just like Jackie Chan or whatever.
I didn't hear it. I have to hear it again.
I've had a long and rather disappointing day, so yeah, I should probably get to sleep now.
And I know who this is. You know that bald guy who's on that podcast that I told you about?
You don't belong in the Jade Palace. You're a disgrace to Kung Fu, and if you have any respect for who we are, you will be gone by morning.
So she's the opposite of Crane, because he
Yeah.
was just saying like, no, you just don't belong in my room.
Yeah, that's rough, man.
Yeah. He like looks up to them, but
Yeah. That's why they say never meet your heroes.
Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift. That's why it is called the present.
Huh.
he's like, now eat the fruit of wisdom,
Yeah.
essentially.
Wow, nice.
Oh shoot! They just released him.
God.
They're like, whoops.
Oh my god, he's free. That's crazy. Look at that. Wow, the animation is impressive. Look at all those arrows.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I thought he was holding on to the bottom of it. Oh. Now this guy knows Kung Fu.
Yeah, this guy's the real dragon warrior.
Imagine if he used to be one of Master Shifu, is his name? Or Shifu?
Shifu.
Imagine he used to be one of his students.
That's another popular trope too. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the rogue student, you know, who felt always limited by the master, becomes the antagonist.
Wanted to surpass them.
Yeah. And who has too much of a big ego.
Not yet, we're not. Now!
Anything is possible.
I mean,
with the
he has-
power of Kung Fu.
And he has feline agility.
Right, cat-like instincts. Look at that. It's kind of scary, dude. Like, this guy's horrifying. They did a great job in making, like, a villain who actually looks terrifying.
Fly back there and tell them the real Dragon Warrior is coming home.
I know that voice, too. I'm, like, trying to pick up on the voices now. I'm trying to understand who's who. But I've heard all these voices before.
He called himself the real Dragon Warrior.
Yeah.
Panda! Wake up!
He's not there.
There's no
What do
way.
we do
Not
now,
after that
Master?
talk.
With the panda gone, who will be the dragon?
He's gonna be training.
Yeah, that's what I'm expecting, too.
These like kids movies are so,
Yeah, predictable.
but in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
And years longer to apply. apply it in combat.
So he's in love with this tiger girl, right?
Maybe.
Like, I think it's an infatuation that's like romantic.
Are you ready?
I was born ready.
I thought you said you were ready.
That was awesome! Let's go again!
He has endurance.
Oh!
Oh, I was about to say, like, they have an invisible person?
Until he finally falls or quits.
Jesus.
But a real warrior never quits. Don't worry, Master. I will never quit.
It's funny because he wants him to quit. Like,
Yeah.
actually wants him to quit.
He's just like, awesome.
Yeah,
cool.
that's what's interesting is that usually...
Back up those steps.
But he will.
He's not gonna quit, is he?
He's not gonna quit bouncing, tell you that.
That's so Seth Rogen. Look at the laugh. I can't ever not see Seth Rogen when he's voice acting. It becomes Seth Rogen. It's no longer the Mantis.
Just like Jack Black is Jack Black in every voice acting, everything he does, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe you should take a look at this again.
Oh, like that's like the Vitruvian Man.
Mm-hmm.
Shifu found him as a cub.
Oh,
And
shoot.
he raised him as a son.
Ooh.
Huh?
Oh, that reminds me of like Avatar.
Tai Lung like he had never loved anyone before. Or since.
Cold.
It's interesting, yeah, because he knows that. So he doesn't want to be disappointed. He's fearful of disappointment.
And look, it just...
Yeah.
And he's stuck with you.
Oh, that is it!
Wait! I accidentally tweaked his facial nerve. And may have also stopped his heart.
Killed him.
So it gave a backstory to her as well, because she
Yeah.
was like another orphan, basically.
I was gonna say that she looks very similar to Tai Lung.
Whoever is making that flapping sound, quiet down. Oh, Zhang. Excellent.
I guess it is a duck.
If you do not believe that the Dragon Warrior can stop him,
Panda is not the Dragon Warrior. He wasn't even meant to be here.
there are no accidents.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too.
I cannot make it blossom when it suits me.
But there are things we can control. I can control when the fruit will fall.
But not where it falls.
You can't leave me. Master.
Wow. Oh my god, dude. Why am I getting so emotional and so mind blown by this animated DreamWorks movie? It's insane. It's literally
Yeah.
crazy.
It is said that the Dragon Warrior can survive for months at a time on nothing but the dew of a single ginkgo leaf and the energy of the universe.
Everybody seems to like him except for the tiger.
Yeah, look.
Master Shifu.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. It looks like
Never
him.
be the Dragon Warrior unless you lose 500 pounds.
500 pounds.
You will have ears like mine. Not working for you? I thought they were pretty good. It's Shifu.
Oh no.
Oogway cannot. Not anymore. It is not your destiny to defeat Tai Lung. It is his.
He dipped.
Where'd he go?
That's kind of my reaction too. Imagine if you knew that this killer animal, killer
No.
monster is coming for you.
I stayed because every time you threw a brick at my head or said I smelled, it hurt, but it could never hurt more than it did every day of my life just being me.
Wow, dude. Oh my god.
How are you gonna change this into the Dragon Warrior? Huh?
That's my question too. Like, what's gonna happen? Oh, is Tai Lung watch? Oh, okay. I thought that he was already there. I'm like, uh-oh. They're all dead.
She's gonna step in.
And help him out, you think?
Yeah.
Look at the size of the moon.
There's a reason he was chosen as the Dragon Warrior, so everyone just has to have the trust in it.
Yeah. The belief. Faith.
Either that or she's gonna try to go after
This is what you trained me for.
him herself.
That's what I thought too. And they might get killed or captured.
Oh. Oh, they're trying to stop her.
Don't try and stop me.
The tropes are so easily, you know.
I get what's going on here. He's trying to find his motivation, like what motivates him, and it's food.
Yeah.
He's a fat panda.
That's fascinating.
This is just a accident.
There are no accidents.
Interesting. It's like a full circle moment.
You dragged me all the way out here.
He's gonna get like baptized or something.
Pool of sacred tears. This is the birthplace of Kung Fu.
Whoa.
That's crazy. The yin and yang. Wow. I'm getting full body chills throughout this film. It's crazy.
Do you want to learn Kung Fu?
Yeah.
Then I am your master.
Okay.
Don't cry.
Sacred tears.
It's really nice.
Oh, great. Because I'm hungry.
Good. When you have been trained, you may eat. Let's begin.
It's dumplings too.
Get those 6-pack abs in. He always saves the foodies, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Food
His
is like
reflexes.
Yeah, it's his #1 priority. Wow.
That is so cool.
Look at him.
Shoot.
Look at him with ease.
Don't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah. Or by its many layers of fat.
Yeah.
Look at him. That's him.
Yeah, wow.
Animation looks incredible, dude.
No sit-ups? No 10-mile hike?
I vowed to train you, and you have been trained. You are free to eat.
Seems too good to be true.
Yeah, it is.
Hey!
Gotta be quicker than that.
You are free to eat.
Am I?
Am I?
Oh no! Oh my gosh, he ate all of them. I am Kung Fu.
Yeah, that's a lot of control with chopsticks. All for a dumpling. That's so crazy.
Hey, I mean, they must be pretty good.
Yeah.
I've never had dumplings.
It's like a cheese ball. It's really nice. He didn't want
I'm
it.
not hungry.
Interesting. So food is no longer his motivation, you know? Like he
Right.
used it to kickstart his training, but he's realizing that it's not everything.
For him, the real reward was learning Kung Fu.
And getting the
not-
approval
Right, and
of the
not
master.
just eating the food.
Exactly.
Look at them trying to take him out. I don't know why they would be doing this. It's kind of disrespectful.
So that is his name, Po.
Worthy opponent. Our battle will be legendary.
He'll be surprised.
Well, Tai Long is what species? He's a leopard?
Yeah, he looks like a leopard, and maybe it's like a snow leopard even.
Yeah.
'Cause
She's a tigress, right?
Yeah, she's the tiger.
Yeah. Oh my god. Guys, I'm genuinely mind blown by the effects and the animation. Like, genuinely mind blown. And we saw John Wick. Like, this is reminding me of like John Wick type thing, you know?
Yeah, like the action sequence, the
Right.
movements. John Wick and the Matrix. It's
right,
like the
yeah.
movements.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, you saw the monkey like swinging on the vine?
Uh-huh. Look at that. It like swerved behind him. Almost like that like trick that you do with a basketball. You know, it
Yeah.
spins behind you. Ooh, they got him?
Who knows? It can't be that easy.
Shifu taught you well.
Oh.
But he didn't teach you everything. everything.
So I was gonna say that earlier in Avatar, they have like chi blockers, which stops them from being able to bend. And here it's like a chi blocker, and it stops their ability to move and their ability to fight. Right.
Look at that, all of them.
Guys! They're dead! No, they're breathing. They're asleep.
He's too fast!
And he knows how to reverse it, right?
I'm just one me.
But you will have the one thing that no one else does.
The Dragon Scroll. Oh, it's all took. Interesting.
You feel the universe in motion around you. Wow! Focus.
Huh?
Focus.
Oh, yeah.
Your focus needs more focus.
Your focus needs more focus, yeah.
There's gonna be like a way to spiritually.
Nah, I think it's just literally just opening it. Yeah.
Oh wow! Look at them. They've never seen this before.
It's blank.
What? No, I'm gonna save it for the end, but that's interesting.
I can hold him off long enough for everyone to escape.
But Shifu, he'll kill you.
Then I will finally have paid for my mistake.
There's no way. What was your prediction?
No, I'm gonna save it for the end, but I have a comment about the Dragon Scroll. The dragon where everybody's like in disbelief. Nobody has faith in him.
Oh!
Aww.
That's unconditional love. It's like no matter what you do, any mistakes you make.
Honestly, sometimes I can't believe I'm actually your son.
Unless he's adopted.
Here comes of course, the adoption story.
The secret ingredient of my secret ingredient soup. Nothing.
Huh?
Oh, and this is what.
This is what the Dragon Scroll is.
That's what I was gonna say. That was my prediction too.
To make something special, you just have to believe it's special.
Mm-hmm. Beautifully done. And okay, there we go. So it's a reflection. Yep, that's what I was thinking.
There's no secret dragon moves.
Nope.
It's just
faith.
Yeah, belief in oneself. Ah, this is a great movie though.
I'm really enjoying this. Yep. Wow, already.
Face to face.
That is how it must be.
Scary.
He's horrifying, dude.
Yeah.
Terrifying. And I love that they made him actually scary.
Just the sheer size difference, you know?
Right, and his presence on screen is menacing.
Who drove me to train until my bones crack? Who denied me my destiny?
I can relate to that.
Give me the scroll. I would rather die.
Oh, shoot. Come on, Poe. Where are you?
Oh my god. Oh, he broke the... Oh no.
Oh, that's scary.
I want my scroll. What? Where is it?
Oh no. Come on, Poe.
Who are you?
I am the Dragon Warrior.
He's like, let me catch my breath.
I'm gonna use this. Haha. You want it? Come get it.
Oh, use the
Finally.
thing. It's just like the master did with the food.
Yeah, it's the element of surprise.
Like dangling the thing that they desire.
That's right. That's a full circle moment. Now he's doing it to him.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, I didn't even think about that. It's true. So this is his dumpling.
Yeah. It's not gonna get it. Or he'll get it and then find out there's nothing in it.
Yeah. Look at his butt.
Damn, he thick.
And it probably stinks too.
Ew.
See? Look at that. It's literally his dumpling. That's so crazy. Oh, there we go. So he does still associate it with food sometimes. Look at that. It's all accidental, which is what I like about it. It's like his clumsy nature is a superpower. Oh, my God.
Oh.
Finally.
Yeah.
The power of the dragon scroll
Here we
is
go.
mine. It's nothing.
There is no secret ingredient. It's just you.
It's powerful stuff.
Stop it. Oh, I'm gonna pee.
It doesn't work. He's impervious to it. Wow.
Because of all the fat.
Right.
Ooh, imagine he does the touch thing. That would be cool. I don't know if he will.
He taught him that? Clutch this butt cheek. Oh my God. See, everybody was criticizing his gut.
Yeah, that now makes me less insecure about mine.
You're just a big, fat panda.
I'm not a big fat panda.
I felt it.
How did you know?
I don't know. It would just be cool.
Shifu didn't teach you that.
Nope. I figured it out. Skadoosh.
What does it do?
It purifies the land of any darkness, it seems. Like everything became golden and colorful.
The dragon warrior.
Just like in his dream.
Oh, shoot.
That's my boy! That big, lovely Kung Fu warrior is my son!
Aww.
He's proud of him. You're crying?
So he's the parent stuff.
Yeah, me too. And that just shows that we have like severe problems. Like I'm like holding back tears right now.
Master!
Speaking of parents,
Shifu, are
this
you okay?
is like a father to him.
Yeah.
You have brought peace to this valley and to me.
No.
Is he gonna die?
No! Don't die, Shifu, please!
I'm not dying, you idiot.
I was crying.
Dragon warrior, I am simply at peace.
No, I thought he was dying too. I was like,
Oh, I was like crying already. He's like, all of you idiots.
You think I would die in a kid's movie?
This is me, like.
Can I get something to eat?
Look, that is you. I was thinking about food.
I can't sit quiet and meditate.
Yeah.
The end.
See, I knew it.
Damn, I
knew it.
I barely heard his voice enough to like. He didn't have a lot of lines.
He had like one line, and that one line just scratched and itched the part of my brain where I just literally just thought about because I haven't seen Jackie Chan ever since that cartoon as a kid. I don't think I don't consume Jackie Chan's movies. Hans Zimmer is the producer for the sound. Pretty crazy.
Damn.
He's the guy that does the Dark Knight and stuff.
Yeah,
Crazy.
yeah.
All right. So that's the end of that. What are your thoughts? I have a few thoughts. I'm not going to get to everything because I think a lot of it we kind of talked about throughout it, but I'm just going to like brush through my stuff.
Well, the first thing I wanted to touch on was obviously the whole idea of destiny, because I feel like that was a big theme throughout all of this. Like, self-belief and destiny and kind of fulfilling what your destiny is in this world before you can pass on or before you can live peacefully or whatever, or achieve like peace or serenity.
There is a post-credit scene. I just want to let you know.
Oh, so let's watch it.
Because I just skimmed through it and I wasn't sure. Sorry.
That's okay. Aww.
No, they eat peacefully together. That's nice. Oh, look, and they're growing into trees. So it's like new beginnings, you know?
Yeah. That's really nice.
That's very wholesome.
That's it? Oh, I thought there was more.
Yeah,
Huh.
I thought that they were going to show what happened to Tai Long, which they didn't show.
I guess he just dies.
Yeah. But
it's like unspoken because it's like a kid's movie, so they can't say like, "Oh, I killed him." They just say, "I defeated him."
He disappeared. The bad guy went away. He's gone. Yeah.
It's like shit. Everything blew up in gold.
Yeah.
And then it was over. But as I was saying, the whole destiny thing.
Mm-hmm.
His father had this idea of a destiny for him, which was inheriting the noodle shop, right? But he always felt in his heart of hearts that he was like, at least like aspiration or dream wise, that he was he wanted to do kung fu. He wanted to be a kung fu fighter. He wanted to be one of the Furious Five, or at least he like looked up to that, right? Or and felt like some type of connection to it. But anyways, it's interesting because a lot of the stuff in this movie reminded me of the Avatar: The Last Airbender series.
Yeah.
Because in it, Zuko is discovering his destiny, and he believes that his destiny is that of one that his father has for him, which is inheriting the throne of becoming the Fire Lord, right? And then Uncle Iroh is kind of like the guide or the Sifu or the master who is trying to like teach him, like a mentor, where he says that you choose your own destiny.
Right.
And only you can decide what your own destiny is, and only you can fulfill your own destiny. And what comes with it is like always this internal war between like what like the belief you have in yourself versus what other people are projecting onto you, right? And so that's what I got from this, is that sure, when he discovered, like, he was bestowed the Dragon Warrior title by Oogway, he still didn't have that belief in himself, and so he couldn't fulfill that destiny, and so he couldn't step into the shoes as the Dragon Warrior, and he was having a tough time with it because of that internal dialogue that was lacking self-belief and just diminishing his value and diminishing his worth, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so I think that having self-belief and being able to fulfill like anything in your life, like having fulfilling relationships or going after the thing that you're passionate about, what has to come first is your own self-belief and your consistent,
nurturing of that belief.
Right,
too,
exactly.
Which is why they use a bunch of like nature analogies, and I think that that's what the tree represents, is that you want to grow a big, beautiful, powerful tree that, reaps a bunch of fruits and fills you up and and
withstands the test of time.
Exactly. But then you want it immediately, like you want it like from one day to the next. And I also like how they did a visual representation of following your gut, trusting your gut, like follow your gut. And they use the panda that loves food, that has a huge gut, and that's ultimately what led him to becoming the Dragon Warrior. He followed his gut, and he was trained using food. And I feel like a lot of it is, sure, like it's supposed to be entertaining, it's for kids, it's supposed to, be a family-friendly film, but a lot of the deeper undertones are super profound.
Yeah, and everything's like metaphorical, so there is a lot of symbolism to kind of unravel.
Which that's what I love about Eastern philosophy, because I'm a fan of philosophy in general, and I love Eastern philosophy. The idea of the Tao Ting, the Tao, what's the name? The
Taoism?
Yeah, it's Tao, but then there's that book, which I'm reading, by the way, but I just have a brain fart. Tao De Ching, I think is how you pronounce it. I always, I'm kind of dyslexic, so I don't really know how to pronounce things. But Eastern philosophy always uses nature and relates it to humans, because humans usually, we think that we are one with ourselves, but one without nature. We can be one without nature, but we can't, because we rely on nature. We live on Earth, and we rely on everything. We rely on the elements all the time. Air, food, everything we ingest and put into our bodies is what defines us as people, and that's how we operate in the world, and that's how we survive. So they always associate it with nature, and that's why they said that. What's the turtle's name?
Oogway.
Oogway, he said that you can't see clearly if your mind isn't clear. And then he, made that example with the water, and then he just cleared the water, and then you can see, these things are so profoundly important, and people just overlook it. And especially nowadays, we're told left and right what we should be, what we should consume, what we should become, what we should view ourselves as. You should put on more makeup. You should do more plastic surgery. You should lose weight. You should, it's consumption. It's endless consumption and endless expectations. So there's never an end sight when it comes to expectations. And that's another thing that this film taught us, is that expectations are the enemy of human potential.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why the scroll was empty to me. It's like everybody has the expectation that this scroll will reveal profound divine knowledge and wisdom that will transform you instantaneously as you open it. You'll read it and you'll just be possessed by divine wisdom and power, and you'll become a god. I feel like humans throughout history, there's always been that promise of just immortality, the promise of divinity, the promise of just power, endless wealth, and all that stuff. And so humans need motivation, and that's another thing in the film. It's a movie about motivation, setting motivations. But the beautiful thing is that the motivation is always intrinsic.
Mm-hmm.
It's internal. So everybody has their own personal motivation. Everything you need is already within you. And so externalities that promise the enhancement of what you have to enhance internally are all just a facade. It's all an illusion. And that's why there is no secret ingredient. There is no secret scroll, secret teaching. There's none of that. It's all intrinsic. And then the way that you unlock it, or the way that you set on that path towards discovering it, is using faith.
Mm-hmm.
So faith, belief in others, belief in self becomes the vehicle that you use to traverse these roads and these mountains and these stairs and climbing them to that point.
And I wanted to say that the whole water thing, like the, not being able to see clearly through the water, is exactly what you were saying, where clouded thoughts create a clouded reality.
Right.
And so it's interesting because today we hear a lot about like mental health and like depression and anxiety and all these other things that literally stop people from being able to function normally, like being able to function day to day and be able to do things for themselves and even take care of themselves. But then there's so much power in the mind, and I think that it always has to start there, and I think that's what this film highlighted a lot. It's like the power, just like you were saying, that comes from within versus seeking out, like you were saying, seeking out
externalities,
seeking out like help or aid from the outside or outside sources or using whatever. It always begins within yourself. And so even things like that, mental health issues, only you have the power within yourself to combat those things.
Right.
And where it starts is by like setting your mind towards it and working, and it takes time, like you said, with the tree. Like even a tree needs to be nurtured, the seed needs to have the proper soil, it needs to be taken care of. And so I think that that's fascinating too, is like using, I don't know how to explain, but just using, but anyways, what I wanted to say is that that's what I found really like interesting about this movie, because it could be applied to so many different facets of life. Like it doesn't just have to be your belief in yourself to achieve this thing that you've been wanting to. Like it can be for anything. So that's why I made the example of like mental health. Like it can be anything that you're wanting to just like have control over, but then at the same time, control is just like a concept or like a construct that we need to let go of sometimes.
Which is another lesson in the movie, is
Right.
that you don't have control.
Exactly.
And another great thing that I really enjoyed about this is the idea, right, that the universe flows through everyone. So we are spiritual beings. No, we are spiritual beings having a human experience, right? So even his dream at the beginning, it comes full circle because he becomes what he saw and what he felt. And I feel like that's the universe's way, or if you want to call it God, if you want to call it whatever you believe this higher power is, I feel like it communicates with us through just dreams and through things and feelings and intuition. And that's why I believe in intuition very, very strongly. I think that if you have a bad gut feeling about something, then you should listen, because that's the universe communicating and conveying those messages. And I also think that there's energy, right? So we are energy. Everything is energy. And so if you channel and if you just really, really, how do you say, like weaponize that energy towards good, towards growth, then you just experience that growth in real life. And I feel like that's why focus is a big thing, is like that's why these masters, like they're so calm and zen and they meditate hours and hours every day because they're trying to just channel their energy. Contain it is the word I was looking for, not weaponize it, but contain it, bring it to one place, and then use it as a tool to create a reality that best suits your spirit and your soul.
Yeah.
You know?
One thing I wanted to point out was that I found it interesting that he is a panda, and that like the whole idea, for me at least, the way that I interpreted it is that he was struggling to really like grasp his himself,
right,
basically, if that makes sense, like grasp like his self-worth and grasp like his potential and all of these things, right?
Yeah.
And what I found, because of all the connotations around like being a panda, it's like the fat, lazy, they just eat and lay around all day, they don't really, they're not agile, they're not all of these things. So there's like all of these barriers that
right.
He was facing in the way of like wanting to achieve his dream, which was kung fu. And what I found interesting was that he's a panda, and this idea of like individuality, pandas are an endangered species. And so he's already unique in and of itself because he is a panda, is the way that I saw it. It's like this rare thing about being a panda.
And he's the only panda in that village.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I mean. He's like one of one. There's like plenty of geese, there's plenty of whatever else there might be.
Yeah.
But he is one of one. And why I mentioned like the whole panda thing is exactly what I said. He has to defy the stereotypes of being a panda.
Right.
It's like this fat, smelly, lazy, whatever. And so his character being a panda is very fitting and is symbolic. And I think that in these cultures, like animals are very symbolic, and that's why there's the Chinese zodiac signs, like the dragon, the rat, the ox, whatever. They literally have like a Chinese zodiac, which is animals, whereas like the typical zodiac signs are like Sagittarius. It's constellations and stuff.
And you know what I think that is? I think that it's because Eastern philosophy believes that we are all one with nature, right? So if we're all one with nature, then we can embody and channel characteristics of other things around us. And so that's why in Kung Fu, they have specific moves that are like, like this is the praying mantis, this is the venomous viper, this is the tiger, whatever. And they do that because they truly, truly believe and have faith that they can embody the strengths of the things that are around them and use them to always protect peace too. Like it's never like invading villages and like conquering land. It's always to defend the land that you have and defend the people you know and the people you love. And it's always about protecting peace. And that's why at the end, the ultimate goal for the master was to achieve peace, because there was always that threat hanging over them that Tai Lung would break out eventually, come for them. Like he would eventually do that. And so now he has peace. It's like, I finally, like everything fell into place.
And I loved Master Shifu, which is a play on the word Sifu, because Sifu means like master.
Oh, it does?
It means like I think it means like an instructor, and I'm only saying I think because, again, in Avatar, which they're very similar because they're both like centered in like Buddhist teachings.
Yeah,
and that's
Eastern
what I was
philosophy.
getting. Yeah. And so Sifu, like Aang addresses Toph, his earthbending teacher, and Katara, his waterbending instructor, as Sifu.
Really?
Yeah, so it's like, I think it's like a respectful term maybe, where it's like how a student would address their teacher, essentially.
And it's interesting because maybe like what we're basically witnessing is the birth of Kung Fu. So we don't know when this was set in terms of time and technology and stuff. Like we can kind of assume by the crossbows and everything that those prison guards used. I don't know what that age would be, but essentially Kung Fu started with the Turtle Master and then it went to Shifu.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe Avatar happened years and years after that, and then maybe Shifu was the one that started that tradition of calling Shifu. So what we're witnessing is history of Kung Fu and the history of China, essentially.
Yeah, you were like connecting the.
Yeah, it's like it's all connected, man. And again, it goes back to what I just said. Everything's connected. Everything, you know, like you apply the attributes and the strengths of the things that benefit you and your people and your peace.
But I think the last thing I wanted to point out was what I said, like the Buddhist teachings, like the finding peace, like finding your own destiny, like being able to really work out the inner, dialogues and stuff that you have, brewing inside.
Inner demons.
Right. And even for Master Shifu, like he wasn't showing his affection towards his students because he made that mistake once before.
Yeah.
But then Po was a lesson for him in that like you can have that again, where you can establish trust, and you shouldn't be afraid to establish trust with other relationships just because of the one that failed you.
You shouldn't also be afraid of love.
Right.
Because that's what I think he was ultimately afraid of. He was afraid of loving and feeling loved.
Yeah, and loving and then giving the benefit of the doubt and then being stabbed. So like love and trust are like, that's why they go hand in hand. It's that you are giving someone the ability to hurt you and hoping that they don't.
Exactly.
And so for him, like he gave that to, like literally gave that to Tai Lung by giving him the power, like all of this power, harnessing all of this strength to hurt him, but then and he did and he would have just to obtain this scroll. But anyways, but then he had to realize again that what he has with his students doesn't have to be this objective thing where it's like I just teach you this and that's it, and it's very straightforward, and that's all, like no connection, because he was like keeping his guard up, and that's essentially what it was. It's like if he had let someone back in and then they did the same thing, then it would have hurt tenfold again.
Right.
But he was keeping those like expectations of I'm teaching them, but I also need to be wary of what I'm teaching them, how much I'm teaching them, how much love I'm giving to them, because I don't want them to take advantage of that and use that as like a weakness, because it was his weakness with Tai Lung, but it was his strength with Po.
Yeah, and that just stirred a thought in my head, which I don't know if it's going to sound congruent, if it's going to make sense at all, because I'm just now thinking out loud and just thinking about it. But everything you said, I feel like humans often limit themselves and are scared of life because of other humans' nature. So he couldn't control, again, like his whole thing is about not being in control or, seeking control at all times, but he wasn't in control of Tai Long's nature, because his nature tended towards darkness, and that's something that you just can't change. Like some people, they have more yang than they do yin. I don't even know if that's the right one. One is chaos and one is order. But some people just have that, like they have no balance and it's just off kilt, But my point is that I think that he put his guard up because he felt responsible for instilling darkness in Tai Lung. So maybe he was afraid of himself, essentially, because he was the teacher, he was the master, and then the final product was total chaos. And so if you think about it on like a deeper level, and I don't know if this makes sense, but he's just scared of the potential of what he can become.
Right.
So he can become worse than Tai Lung because he's the teacher. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like...
It was like a reflection of self.
Right, because even at the beginning of the movie, I was like, okay, so this master is more of a master than this master. So the turtle is way more wise and came off to me as the traditional old school wise master that knows almost everything. And then this other one, Shifu, right? Shifu, he wasn't as masterful, I guess, at life and at controlling all these emotions. And so I think that he just had a lot of fear. You know, like his thing was fear, like fear of what he may become, of what he may produce, of his impact on this world. He felt ashamed for what Tai Lung did, but he felt as if he was the one that did it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like he...
Right.
He lived vicariously through it. Sorry.
And I can imagine that that's what parents feel like, that fear of, you know, everything you do having this like impact on the child that you're raising kind of. And
Right.
so, you know, and also them living vicariously through their children and all that stuff. But my point is like that power, you know, that you have in like projecting your own things onto someone else. And that could go for anything. So like he was seeing that Tai Lung had this like, you know, amazing capacity for kung fu and could surpass him even. And so he was like enabling it, right, and kind of encouraging it. But my point is that I don't know what my point was, but
That's
anyways,
okay,
like
okay, yeah.
living vicariously, like he was encouraging it because maybe he would never be able to fulfill that himself, and then that's why he thought that he was the dragon warrior. He thought that Tai Lung was, until Oogway was like, no, he's not.
And again, he sensed it. So it's like a gut instinct again. It's a spiritual understanding. It's allowing the universe to act through you. And then the universe tells you, like, okay, this is not the dragon warrior. And then you just sense it. But then you have to be super in tune and just serve as a vehicle, as a vessel for the universe to act through you, for God or whatever divine force. And I feel like that's what creates the devout believers of a certain religion, cult followers. All these things are just people literally who give their lives to a certain Messiah, a certain prophet, a certain book, a certain text. They're giving themselves as a vessel.
Yeah.
It's like they are allowing that thing to just speak through them, and that's why they believe. It's like it's this thing that you just have to. And then a great contrast is Poe's father, who isn't fearful of Poe disappointing him, because in his heart of heart, he never will be disappointed, because his son's existence alone is enough to make him proud, kind of, you know?
That was really, like, you could feel that. It was nice.
His only fear is seeing his son unfulfilled.
Yeah.
That's his only fear. And that's why he doesn't hold any other standards above that basic need for his son to be happy. You know, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, the very last thing I wanted to say is just that it's like relinquishing control, and then even like the Furious Five, like Tigress and whatever, they were trying to fight destiny and fate by going after Tai Lung themselves, but the destiny was that it was Poe who was meant to face him and defeat him.
Yeah.
And so sometimes you just have to relinquish that control, this like need for control, and just allow things to happen naturally as they're meant to happen, and having peace with that, instead of like, you know, mindlessly chasing after this thing, like whatever it is, and knowing that, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. And I even sensed a little bit of stoicism when the Turtle Master faced his time. So he knew that he had to like everybody faces death eventually, and the Stoics believe that death is nothing but is not only an inevitability, but it's something that should be embraced and accepted and welcomed with open arms, which is what he did. So he just said, it's my time. And he had this like stoic understanding, like this pristine sense of just peace. It's just peaceful. It's like, yes, I must go. It's time. It's just, I sense it. It's time for me. And that's it.
Right.
And then everybody else just freaks out. It's like, I'm going to die. I'm scared. Oh my God, the world's going to end. If everyone just adopted this mindset, then maybe our society wouldn't have evolved to the point it has. Our civilization wouldn't have, you know, constructed skyscrapers, because people have this like urgency because of death. But if you just, and maybe that's why ancient Eastern philosophy is so beautiful, because they lived in like on top of mountains in the clouds, and they had no need for anything else. As long as they knew how to plant seeds, grow food, eat well, nourish themselves, nurture, and then just meditate and just live and just embrace everything around you. Because I feel like that's literally it. It's like we're put on this planet and meant to just embrace everything, nature, right? But then a lot of people watching this, and including us, like we're born in hospitals, we're born inside of buildings, we go into a crib inside of a box, then we go to school inside of another box, then we go into a cubicle inside of another box, an office space, and it just, and then nature gets separated, you know, like we're given shoes and we just don't connect with nature. We don't step outside, we don't step on grass, we don't feel the sun, we don't do any of that. So it's just a lot of indoors and screens and all that stuff, and that's removing us from nature.
Yeah, that I agree with that for sure. And then I think that that's what is very like appealing and intriguing about these, like, you know, Buddhist culture or you know, these things. It's like being disconnected makes you more connected.
Exactly. Yeah.
Disconnected from like technology, right? Material, whatever. It makes you just more connected, and not just with nature, but with yourself. Because essentially, that's what that's what you have the most like power and control over. It's not anything outside of yourself, just yourself.
And I just had an epiphany, and this will be my last comment, by the way. But I just thought that that's what makes certain things so attractive nowadays. Like that's why meditation is on a rise, and that's why there's so many apps out right now that, you know, offer guided meditation and just help you, you know, like practice that art. That's why people love Joe Rogan. That's why Joe Rogan is the most popular influencer or person on the planet at the moment. You know, like his power of influence is because people live vicariously through this guy who eats primal, who hunts, who does all these things that kind of connect them to nature. And then the people who listen to him, for the most part, are just people who wake up 9 to 5, drive to work, stuck in traffic. And then meanwhile, you want to live vicariously through a human who is doing the things that humans were meant to do.
Yeah.
It's think, it's insight, it's live, it's experience, it's hunt, it's all these things that are kind of meditative, you know, in nature. You know, quite literally.
Yeah, exactly that.
But I just think that that's why we crave that nowadays, and humans are very disconnected. But yeah, that's all I got to say. And you have to pee.
Yeah.
You're like trembling right now.
I do.
Crazy.
I do, but we're nearing the end, so I'm trying to hold it.
All right. So with that being said, guys, don't forget to comment below what your thoughts are on the movie. If you agreed with anything we said, if you disagree, also let us know. Also, let us know what movie we should do next. And just keep in mind what we said before at the beginning, that on Patreon, you guys can recommend us movies and we'll react to it and post it exclusively there, or even post it here as well. And for every patron we get, we'll shout them out at the beginning of the video or at the end. And you really have to go. And don't forget to like, subscribe if you haven't already, share this with a friend. That's the best way to support us as creators. And we'll catch you guys on the flippity flip on the next one.
Yep. Flippity flip.
She's
Kung
literally
Fu
like
style.
leaking right here. I can see the chair just turns yellow.
Stop.
No, I'm kidding. But with that being said, guys, don't forget that it's never wrong
To be mentally gone. Peace to the world.